Hello bestie, I welcome you all back to my channel. I am Aisha. In this video I'll be showing you how to draft and cut off shoulder with cape. If you are new to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Stay tuned to the end of the tutorial. I'll be drafting it on this paper. You fold your paper into two this way. I'll be taking the waist length from the shoulder to the waist and making use of 17 inches. You make it a straight line. I will be taking the shoulder measurement. You divide your shoulder by 2. The half shoulder we are about to draft, we'll be making use of shoulder dart. I will be adding 2 inches to it for the shoulder dart, making 9.5. I will be coming down by 8.5 for the armhole length. You measure that same 9.5 here and make it a straight line this way for us to create our armhole length. I will be taking the bust length. The bust length I'm using is 10.5. The under bust is 14 inches. You make it a straight line. For drafting purpose, I will be taking the width of the neck and the depth of the neck, which is round neck. We are not making use of this round neck. For us to create our shoulder slope, I will be coming down by 1 inch. And you connect it to where the width of the neck stops this way. Whatever remains here, you divide it by 2 for us to create our shoulder dart. The chest line, bust line, under bust, and the waist line. I will be taking the dart and making use of 4 inches for the dart. You take your dart on the bust line, under bust, and the waist line and make it a straight line this way. I'm making use of 1 inch for the dart. You take your dart on the waist line, that's half inch at each side, and drew your dart leg this way to the bust point. For us to create our shoulder dart, you come to the shoulder. Whatever you have here, you divide it by 2. That's the midpoint of the shoulder, you can see. That's the midpoint. You connect it to the bust point with your ruler. This is it. From the midpoint, you measure 1 inch to the right side and to the left side. 1 inch. You can see, and connect it to the bust point with your ruler. We have our shoulder dart. I will be taking the circumference measurement. You divide your bust by 4 at the chest line. At the waistline, you divide your waist also by 4 and connect it this way. I will use my tracing wheel to trace it to this other side of the paper. You can see I have it at the other side. You indicate the center front with broken line. At the center, I will indicate the depth of the neck. You'll be the one to determine that, how deep you want your neck. For mine, I'm making use of 11 inches. You can decide to make use of 9 inches, 10 inches, depending on how you want it. I'll be drafting the cape. For us to draft the cape, you come to where the shoulder stop. You measure 2 inches this way, you can see, and make it a straight line. This is it. From where the 2 inches stop, I will be coming down by 1 inch. You straighten it this way. And you curve it at the side. You give it a curve shape this way. You can see the way I curve it. This is an off-shoulder blouse that we are drafting. So you indicate where you want your off-shoulder to start from. For mine, I will be making use of 5 inches. You can see that's where my 5 inches stop. I'll come down from here. I will come down by 2 inches on the armhole line, and you shape it this way. You can see to meet the armhole line from that side. You connect it also. Make sure the ruler is on the point where the off shoulder will start from. You can see. So you stop it that way and connect that point where the off shoulder will start from to the center point. That's the depth of the neck this way. You can see it. At this point, I'm trying to curve it a bit. You can see you curve it at that point. I will be taking the wideness of the cape. How wide you want your cape, you determine that here. For mine, I'm making use of 3.5. You can see. You place your tape in diagonal shape. It's not straight. So you can see it. You extend it this way and straighten it upward. Now we'll come to this center. I'll be taking 4 inches at this center. 4 inches. You can see. So I will connect it from where it stops. I will connect it this way to that point. Now you shape it to the center of the neck. This way, you can see. You shape it that way to the center of the neck. This is it. We have the cape. Come to the underbust. To tighten it at the underbust, you can take half inch at each side. But for me, I divide the half inch into 2. That's 0.25 at each side. You can see you connect it to the bust point this way. For us to tighten it at the underbust. And you connect it to the waist with the curvy part of your French curve. This is it. At the upper part of the top, you come to the upper part. We need to tighten it at the upper part this way. You can see. You come to the side on the cape line. You come to the side. You measure half inch at this side and half inch at that other side. You bend your tape that way and connect it to the bust point. That's the way to tighten it at the upper part. For it to look fitted, I will use this yellow pen to indicate the part that is going out. The shaded parts are going out. If you are on this channel and you've not joined the membership, you are missing. Being a member, you will have access to my special sewing tutorial video. You will be given a badge that will signify you from others, and you will be recognized in all my videos. What are you still waiting for? Click on the join button to be a member. I will be cutting it out. This is the round sleeve. I will advise you take that measurement on your client because some people have princess hand. So there is need for you to take that measurement. I will be shaping the armhole. You use your French curve to shape it this way. You can see. You cut it this way. You can see the way I cut it to the side. Give this video a thumbs up. Share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. I'll bring in another fresh paper for us to trace the cape out. You fold it into 2. I'll open the pattern. You open it this way and close the darts. You fold the dart in, the upper dart. You fold it in this way. After closing the dart, you reshape it because of the excess at this upper part. You can see you place it where the dart meets. You can see where the dart is equal, you place it and connect it this way with the curvy part of your French curve. You can see it. I've shaped it. I'll open it back. I'll be cutting the dart at the down aspect first. I'll cut out this dart at the down part. After cutting out the dart, I'll be placing the pattern on the fresh paper to trace out the cape. For us to trace out the cape, we need to close the dart back. You close it this way. You can see. I'll place it on it this way. I'll fold the paper into two. Use your pen or tracing wheel to trace it out. You can see that upper part. I fold it back because we'll be cutting that excess out. That's the reason why I fold it back that way, for me to get the exact shape. I've traced it. I'll be cutting it out. By the time we cut out the front and the back aspect cape, at this point you place it at each side and you cut it together. There is no joining at the side of the cape. You cut out the front and the back aspect cape together. You place it together and cut it out. We have our front cape. I'll be cutting out the upper dart. You fold it back. You open the dart this way and cut it out. When placing it on the main fabric, the center is unfold. At this dart that will cut, you add ½ inch to it for the joining allowance when joining it, and at the side you add your seam sewing allowance to the side. I will use sellotape to hold it together. For the drafting of the back aspect, I will be dropping the link for this video on how to cut and sew off-shoulder front lapping cape for you to learn the cutting of the back aspect and the sewing. Give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button. This same way I'm taping the paper together is the same way you are going to join it. When sewing it, you add your ½ inch to it and join it together. After joining it together, that's when you will be placing your cape on it. Very important, this side of the cape is on fold. By the time you place the back aspect cape to it, you cut it together. There is no joining there. And so it's this is the end of the tutorial. If you have not joined the membership, click on the join button to be a member for you to have access to my special sewing tutorial. If you find this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question or suggestion, you can drop it in the comment section below. Kindly subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Watch out for my next tutorial. Thanks for watching.